North Korea had shocked the world this morning when they announced a successful experiment in a hydrogen bomb. The facts are yet to be cleared, but no matter what type of a bomb is it, the world is in danger. As much as North Korea is posing a threat to the world, it poses an everyday threat to its own citizens. The state is backwards, the citizens are starving, thanks to the huge investments in the nuclear program while abandoning the needs of the citizens. Surprisingly, though, the starving citizens continue to worship their leader, Kim Jong-un, whom they see, along with his ancestors, as a god on earth. It's almost unbelievable to see how a man makes himself God, abusing his citizens, but the levels of adoration the citizens show towards him, towards this tyrant, never go down. Pharaoh was such kind of a tyrant. Not only he abused his citizens by ignoring their needs, we saw yesterday he didn't mind when the plagues came on them, and preferring his own position above their good, but also he made himself God too. In Exodus 7 verse 15, Hashem says to Moshe, "Get thee unto Pharaoh in the morning. Lo, he goeth out unto the water, and thou shalt stand by the river's brink to meet him." So why is Pharaoh going out to the Nile early in the morning? Didn't he have a swimming pool in his backyard? This swimming wasn't the reason he was going there. The reason was because he made himself God, claiming he eats, but his body doesn't need to defecate. Well, God he wasn't, and his body needed it. So then, early in the morning, he would go out to the Nile and did what he had to do. Pharaoh claimed the Nile was his own. In Ezekiel 29 verse 3, we see that Pharaoh said, "My river is mine, my river is my own, and I made myself." He thought that he would use the river that he was claiming that was his to conceal the fact that he is human just like his subjects. Moshe didn't know all of that. And this is exactly why Hashem sent him to Pharaoh at this time and this place. Just by appearing there, Moses tells Pharaoh, "Here I am, proving that you are not a god, and you would have to admit that your power is limited, and you would have to listen to Hashem and what he demands you." This was only the first stage of taking a tyrant down, showing him he's not the god he claims to be, and he is indeed very limited. We continue to see this line in the second plague. When Aaron brought the frogs out of the Nile, Pharaoh's magicians did the same, but when Pharaoh wanted them to disappear, this time his magicians could do nothing. So he had no choice. He calls Moshe and he asks him to take them away. Moshe is responding in a very unique phrase. This is in Exodus 8 verse 5. "Have thou this glory over me?" He's not saying ask me. He's saying, "Have thou this glory over me? Against what time shall I entreat for thee, and for thy servants, and for thy people, that the frogs be destroyed from thee and thy houses, and remain in the river only?" Moshe doesn't say ask me, but using the words this glory, he tells him, ask something big, something you think I cannot do. And Pharaoh asks. He suffers. He wants the frogs away, but instead of saying, "Take them immediately," he says, "Tomorrow. Take them tomorrow." Why is that? Why tomorrow? Why not immediately? Because Pharaoh still denies the fact things are out of his control, that the Nile is not his, that there is someone else above us who runs the world. And he was thinking, maybe this is just a nature phenomenon, and Moshe knows it's about to disappear soon, so he uses this fact to make some impression on me. So I'll tell him tomorrow, and then if it happens today, it wasn't Hashem who sent him, it's just nature. So Moshe says, so be it, and the next day the frogs go away, and the tyrant had gone through one more stage towards his own end.